Hey, what's up? It's been about 7 months since I last posted a video. Not much has changed with the bike and not much has changed with me either. So I'll just give you a little review and maybe later I'll explain the reason why I was gone so long. But this bike, since my last video, has, well, I had an odometer up to 3,000, but I would say minimum 3,500 miles on it. Very hard ridden miles. My intake, if you've seen my videos, exactly the same. Nothing has changed. Take a look closely in case you studied it. Doesn't have any issues. Exhaust, exactly the same. This is with 3,500 miles ridden, because I ride about 500 miles every month. And I'm talking about, I haven't cleaned it, as you can tell. Yes, there's some exhaust leaks. Look at that. Those are the zip ties still on the exhaust. They don't even melt. It's like this bike is enchanted. This is still tight. It can't move. This is a great repair. Nothing is moving. My head gasket doesn't leak a drop of oil. Check out how clean that is. You see that? These people, they can't figure it out. They can't tune their bikes. This is the best, because I was reading the comments. People go so crazy. Okay, I haven't been running any air cleaner at all, right? For like at least 4 months now, and I leave it outside every day. Look, it's open. I'm going to put my finger in there right on camera. Okay, I'm rubbing it around. There's no dirt getting in there. So I'm either amazing or the bike is enchanted. No, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but still going over 40 miles an hour with my heavyweight 200-pound fucking ass on it. The gas tank, see, not much has changed with the bike and not much has changed with me, but if you look close, much has changed. The gas tank that was taped on before was electrical tape. Now it's real 3M duct tape, and I used an entire roll on this thing. And I know it sounds weird. The bottom was breaking out of the tank, and I had it welded a long time ago, and it just, I was nervous to tighten it. I had it tightened for a couple months, but it just seems like that's always going to be a factor of leaking, and I want this to be reliable. In a way, this is like a bug out bike if I ever have to run around and get out, because it'd be a good way to go, but I just use it for my own pleasure, and I don't want to be breaking down all the time. So the bike itself, this motor, is probably around 6,000 very, very hard ridden miles. Original chain. I'll get to that. Now I'm at 5 master links. So since my last video, I've put another magneto on the other side. So this is the second magneto, third including the original. Stock chain, stock bicycle chain as well, but stock power chain with 5 master links on it. Which is amazing. Since I made the last video, now there's 2 different cranks on it. See, that's the original pedaling crank. This is a crank off of an old Schwinn mountain bike that I had, that I probably only bought for 10 bucks. This is seized on here. I can't even get the pedal off. So I got 2 different length cranks. I got the 175 and the 170. And now it's got 3 chain rings. The original one on this only had 1 or 2. I think it was 1. Yeah, because it was a pleasure bike. But it's funny, so now there's 2 different cranks on it. I did put a new rear tire on it about maybe like 1,000 miles ago, but I've been putting some good burnouts on it. This is a specialized Kevlar tire. They work really good. I also have a tube mounted up there now. Oh, I put a seat on it. I finally put a real seat on it. That seat's been on there for 5 months. But I should do some, I just want to show all the stuff that's exactly the same, because the bike hasn't been touched. The spark plug is literally just chilling. Look at the boot now. Oh, it's the same spark plug, because everyone always complains about their spark plug going bad. Look at this rusted ass spark plug. It's a Champion spark plug. Look at the whole motor. But it runs so good. I'll do a video maybe tomorrow, but I'm so amped up to be back on YouTube. I was just out of it because I had an issue in the family that I was trying to basically fix, and I gave it my all. I give everything when I do something. I give it my all, and there is no fixing it, so you just gotta walk away. Sometimes you gotta walk away. Look at this. It's just chilling in there. It goes, see, goes back and forth. This isn't even on there, but the throttle works so good. Usually the throttles go bad. I got grease from that damn exhaust. The throttles, oh, look at the tape too, but the throttles usually break. This thing has, and you see the way I don't know if you see, but I really get on this throttle, and it has real 6,000 miles on it, but the throttle probably has 15,000 miles of use on it. Put a sketchy bag on it to carry stuff like my phone I put in there. I also added this bottle holder, which can double as a cell phone mount. You can literally put your phone in it, and it holds it in place as you're riding, which is cool. Also added the electrical tape on there in case I need it. You just wrap electrical tape. A lot of people do that to their bikes. What else? The bungee cord has seen better days. Look at the bungee cord. It's been tied together like 2 or 3 times. The whole bike is insane. But it gets ridden every day. These people, they put so much money into these bikes, and they brag, and they don't ride them. I go grocery shopping with them, and they don't even go fast. I'm in the hills. I'm 215 pounds. Yeah, it doesn't like climbing hills, but on the flats, with a 44.2 sprocket, I easily hit 42, 45 miles an hour, you know, easily. I cruise at 40 miles an hour, and I can get over 50 miles on a tank, which is great. That's like 150 miles a gallon. It's actually the right amount of miles that people say they get 100 miles. No one gets that. These people are delusional. And this whole time, for the last 3,500 miles, 4-stroke oil. I've been using the same old oil from my garage. It doesn't need 2-stroke oil. I'm amazed by this. Doesn't even need Marvel. But I put Marvel in like every other time just to save money, because the Marvel still costs money, and it's cheap too. Marvel's really cheap. I'm just a super cheap motherfucker, and why waste money when it's running so good? On 4-stroke oil, 2 different pedals. Look at the front tire. This is insane. This front tire, dude, the original. So it's like, I don't know, 6,000 miles. There's the proof right there. It's always been on the front. It's just glazed right now. Look at the oil caked on there. This is just from the exhaust. Thing runs great. Also, that's what it is. I should make a whole nother video about it, but I'm glad I remembered. There's many things I'm forgetting. The reason your magnetos always go out and your spark goes away is because it gets really hot. Most people, maybe you're cruising too slow and it gets hot, but I go so fast and I'm at high RPMs. These motors are not meant for high RPMs, so it gets really hot and overdoes the ignition. So some people, they take the cover off, right? You'll get water in it. Look up there, okay? Watch this. They take the cover off and they get water, and you don't want that. See, I drilled holes in the bottom so the water can leak out and the heat can get out. And yeah, you could put holes on the side or the top because heat might get out better, but that gives you a chance of water getting in. And ever since I've drilled those holes in there, it's probably been about 1,500 miles, magneto's good. It's because they heat up too much in there. And it's like, this is a great idea. I didn't even think to point that out. Also, everyone talks smack about these original, the rubber things. Dude, look at that. And also, this kit is 10 years old. 7 years of which was right by the beach, and beach weather destroys everything, especially rubber. Look at it. This thing hasn't bent a spoke. You know, it hasn't had any issues. Oh, speaking of bending spokes, because this guy that I got it from had this welded on, and my other wheel, this bent from torque, I guess, and hit the spoke, so that destroyed the wheel. The other wheel was destroyed forever. I see, there's probably so much stuff I haven't remembered, and I was riding it on that bent wheel for months. And I got another bike, a whole nother bike, just to put a new rear wheel on it. So I put a new rear wheel on it too. This bike has a new rear wheel on it. So it looks the same. Lots have changed. Anyways, I'm one of those people, I feel like I never change and everyone else is always changing. They're like super spun out, you know. Their things are, one day feels like a month for them. But look at it, it's dry rotted, whatever. These rock. I do clutch wheelies on this. I wish I had someone to film me. I can do wheelies for 200-300 feet on this. These people that ride them are just a bunch of posers. I actually rode motorcycles my whole life, and I love these because they're fun. I'm also a cyclist. I like the combination of a bicycle and a motor. The original motorcycles were bicycles with motors, hence the name motorcycle, in case anyone wants to know. Oh, also, these sprockets. The old sprockets were actually made out of some sort of forged aluminum. Look how nice. Still square, still worn, and that's with a shitty chain. Usually when you have a worn out chain, it'll ruin your sprocket. These new motor kits where you get the pressed metal, and the chrome ones especially, they all wear out in 500 miles or 1,000 miles. This is the original chain. I should do a whole video in the daylight because I just clicked back on to YouTube tonight. I haven't even been on for 7 months. It was like I had to put my whole energy into it. I don't know where all the master links are. It's rad though. I'll do a whole nother video on it. I have 5 master links. I think 4 are master links and 1 is a redone chain, because I also showed a video on how to break chains and remake chains, but it's all simple. You can go fast, you can enjoy your life. Just don't waste a bunch of time reading all this nonsense and overdoing it. The oil mixture doesn't even matter. I used to care so much. Like, yeah, on dirt bikes and race vehicles, it probably matters. But I just pour the oil in at the gas station. I don't even measure it anymore. You know what I mean? I don't. And I ride this thing all the time. It, I'm confused still. I'm confused how people can't get top speeds out of theirs. I'm confused how they need to buy tons of parts. And I'm confused how people don't like the NT carburetor. The NT carburetor works great. I've seen a few people that do run it on motors going 50 miles an hour. So it works. I don't know. People like spending money. I understand it. And gadgets are fun. But it just doesn't seem to do much for me. I just want to ride the bike and have fun. That's the fun part, is riding the bike. Yeah, working on it's fun too, but I have other stuff to work on. If it's the only thing you have to work on, I understand. Yeah, that's awesome. I love tweaking out on things and getting into them. But for me in this project is to show that they are reliable. Everyone says they're not reliable. I have not touched this bike in, like, at all touched it in over 500 miles. Not even a brake adjustment. You know what I mean? Like in a month, maybe 2 months, I have not touched it. And before that, all I did was a brake adjustment, and I did a rear inner tube because I popped the inner tube. And maybe that was like 3 months ago, and it's fine now. So here she is. I'm back. I'm still alive. I'm talking fast. I'm feeling well. You're listening slow. If you can't keep up, it's okay. I understand. Look at this thing. Streamline. Literally streamline in every way. Because it is the GT Streamline. That's the hilarious part. But yeah, get good tires. Build it on a good bicycle. Chromoly frame. Don't build it on a crappy bicycle. You know, I'm going to make this video for the people that have been seeing my bike, and also in case anyone else sees it. So it's a mixed conversation of treating you like you've been here, probably seen all the videos and heard my bullshit, and some people haven't, and I'm glad that they are there. I wish I was there to see my videos, but I was just caught up trying to be a responsible person, and that doesn't include full-blown YouTube, but I think I'll get back to it because I enjoy this, and it's very simple. I'm doing it every day anyways. I do it all the time. It's my normal life, and I'm sure it can be entertaining if I take it seriously, even though I don't have the time. Yada.